Welcome everyone, Simon here from the World of Wall Street. Today, Proton XPR is our topic. This is becoming one of my favorite assets that I hold. We covered a staking video quite recently as well as an introduction. This wallet is absolutely phenomenal. I truly believe that this is going to replace a lot of traditional banking services and not necessarily replace things like PayPal, but it's certainly right up there in how easy it is to use, to swap tokens, to send and receive assets of crypto with extremely low fees and extreme speed. Absolutely phenomenal project, absolutely love it. One thing we didn't cover was a bit of the yield farming. We'll touch up on that in a minute because there are some substantial opportunities for yield farming, utilizing things like USDC and other ones as well. So we'll go into that in a second. First of all, let's touch up on a couple of topics here. So this is relating to Proton completing the custody platform migration. There is action required, so do check this out if you are a Proton user and you have existing deposit addresses around these particular assets. I don't personally, but just keep an eye on this information. You can find it on their website under the blog of custody platform migration action required. There's loads of interesting things of what you might need to do. Why have they done this? It's basically to allow many of the Proton features to be allowed you on the new mainnet that they've created. So they're just making sure that you have essentially changed the deposit addresses to what is required for these migrations. So the migration also allows us to offer the new X token wrapped cryptocurrencies that were previously unavailable on the Proton blockchain. What I like about this is they're doing it early, not like when everyone's adopted it and they're excited and then they have to go and do a load of work in between and you know, messing things up potentially. So they're getting out of the way, getting it ready for true mass adoption, in my opinion. Why do I think it's mass adoption? They've just announced recently, for example, the last 24 hours, 1,000 wallets were downloaded and started to be used. This is how quickly they are building and how quickly the awareness is progressing. The community of Proton XPR, from what I've personally experienced and what I've seen, is absolutely fantastic. There are true believers of this project already, and I am certainly one of them. You've seen our intro video, you've seen our staking video. Hopefully, if you haven't, I'll leave links at the end. And I'll also put a link right now about the staking, so make sure you put that in your watch later if it is something that you're trying to download on there as well. So yeah, they're very much always active in trying to improve the system and make sure everything is in place as early as possible. So that's that quick update. The next update is about yield farming. So yield farming is obviously the opportunity for people to participate in various liquidity pools, earning provider tokens. So one of the ones at the moment is USDC and XPR pairing. Guys, I've seen that some people entered when it was like 100 something percent APY. Right now, I believe it's around 60%, which is absolutely phenomenal. Okay. So the first 100 million XPR that will be earned through yield farming will come from our own company wallet. And then obviously everyone else in terms of the ecosystem and everything like that. And then providers will also have loan airdrops too. So there's loads of really cool aspects on that. We will probably do a separate video on yield farming, but I wanted to bring this to your attention if you are an XPR holder or yield farming is something that you're interested in and you might not have known about this, because I truly think that's absolutely phenomenal. To stake the LP tokens for a variable APY, so like I said, I think it's around 60% now. But obviously the more people that get involved, obviously that will come down. So it's a good opportunity to get in there early, get as much of those big percentage numbers as you can before it starts reducing. So not financial advice, but certainly something to think about, and do make sure that you read in this blog the aspects of potential risks of doing these kind of things in terms of the liquidity LP tokens. So just check that out before you do anything like that. But there is good opportunity for sure to make some extra earnings. And just to finalize that aspect of it, so there's a few days ago this announcement on the yield farming guide, so you can look through this, find out a bit more about yield farming so you're comfortable, and then you can also figure out how to do it Okay, so we will cover this in another video, and we'll go by that step by step, and we'll even do maybe a demonstration of that as well. But yeah, do keep an eye out for this. If it's something that you know how to do or you know of it, then it's obviously maybe a good thing to get involved in. See what you think. Just do your own research before you make any decisions. And then finally, Proton. This one we didn't cover in the video too much, but of course around mass adoption, just really emphasizing about the gas and transaction fees being so low, if not pretty much non-existent, and loads of other cool aspects of their project. I mean, the fees are ridiculous. It's incredible how much they've reduced and everything, and the ease around it and everything like that. So we pretty much covered most of this in the topic of our intro video, sorry. So do go check that out in this article as well if you don't want to watch our video. And you just want to read through it, that's not a problem either. We're here to help support you guys, but also we're here to help support this incredible project as well. I'm really excited about it. And do keep an eye on their Twitter account as well. I think it mentions here actually, interest rates currently hovering near the 63% APY on the XPR USDC farm. Guys, honestly, absolutely massive. So yeah, keep an eye on there. 12,000 followers on Twitter, which was mentioned in September 13th. So that's 12,000 followers. What they got now? 13.2. So it's growing very fast. Awareness will kick in, guys, for this. I'm telling you now. Obviously, we'll see maybe some price influxes around that, but more importantly about the staking and the yield farming. Get in early, guys. This is incredible. So let's take a look at the chart. Now we've got a few of those updates out of the way. Before we do, please do make sure that if you have not done so, that you press that big thumbs up for us to make sure you like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We love new subscribers. We hope that you enjoy the channel and all the different projects that we cover. We try and cover as many different ones as possible with the very limited time that we have. So hopefully we're doing a good job for you guys. Okay, a few observations. So on the previous video, we drew a few different lines in, so obviously have the previous levels of areas that we might want to try and hit. We've still got the potential all-time high all the way up here, which is currently floating around 4 cents. So we've got that to achieve yet. But if we go into the macro level, ironically, I did buy XPR a while back because we were doing the nice demo video for you guys, but I did have a nice buy opportunity here. I think mine closed in just around 0.006, and I think it was around 2 somethings. So that came in, really happy with that. For those that took advantage yesterday of the dip, which did close at slightly higher than it dropped to, but it did drop to a 0.0059. Since that movement to the top part that we got today, we've had a 30% increase from that drop. So that's incredible, really, in a 24-hour turnaround. And now we've stabilized. We are looking to hopefully close for a second day in a row, in fact, a third day in a row, ahead of this 0.0068 mark. So we're currently floating around the 0.007. So it's looking really healthy right now. There's a few other things I want to make clear before we get too excited. Okay, I'm just going to remove that percentage gain for now. So we need a couple of days more, I think, closing above this level before we can affirm this potential support area, which we've only really touched a handful of times in the past. But if we can start pushing this up, you can see there's quite a lot of resistance at this level of 0.0077. Okay, so there's a bit more work to do before we can get back above that level and get ourselves over that EMA 21 and try and push for other areas as well. The 200 EMA is something that we would love to get back above because we can then really push back to that all-time high mark and get us moving towards those higher numbers. I put down here a potential price prediction of 12 cents. Let me know if I'm an absolute lunatic, whether I'm being over ambitious. But what is your price prediction? Let us know in the comments below. I think that's achievable. Obviously, if it goes higher, then that's even greater news for everyone. But you know, just based on analysis and data that I've got, that is what I'm aiming for right now in its current position. Okay, so let us know what you think. Can we come back down to this level? Well, yes, of course we can. We're in a bearish momentum. If you look at the data of this MACD here, the gap is widening slightly, so I think that we may have a bit of false pretense today. But like I said, it's all about this support line at the 0068. Okay, we can close above that for the second day running and get a third day, then I think we can push up, and it might push this swing back on the MACD as well. One thing that concerns me is the histogram here, that the selling volume is increased over the last few days. However, right now as of recording, it is matching yesterday's number, so it could be a short term sell-off here before we push back up. The last selling volume was quite minimal and the big buy-in volume was quite high, so it'd be really interesting to see. And I think what's going to happen, the awareness of this project and the bullishness of the project is going to help push this up. The community is driving this massively, guys, including ourselves, of course, because not only are we invested, and we're not just here to push it just because we're invested now. I only invested in it to push the project and show a video to you guys, and then eventually I started getting excited about it. So it's your fault, okay? So the RSI is currently floating around that mid mark, which to me is one of those limbo moments where it can still move back down because we haven't really massively tested those lower sort of 45 to 40 RSI levels. So that is a possibility, but equally it's suggesting that we could potentially rise this up. So it's all, in my opinion, and in the next 40 hours going to determine what we do. And it's all based around this support line here as well. If we can do that over the next 2-3 days, we will push up, back up to that potentially, aiming towards that 0.008 mark. And that will switch that MACD over, hopefully. Volumes of buying in will come in and the histogram will go into a pale red and hopefully into a pale green. So I think by the end of October, we could start kicking this back up. What I'm going to do very quickly as well, while we're here, I'm just going to put in a proper channel, just for argument's sake. We're obviously dipped back in that point there. So we're up against it, guys. We need to close above this level. And if we can, I think probably, potentially by that first week of October, we might be back up here around that 1 cent mark. So let's see how that goes. With an anticipation that we break that 1 cent, maybe into the second week of October. Let's see how that goes. We need that bullish momentum back up here towards that sort of 1 cent mark to do that. So let us know, guys, what you think of XPR in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you holding it? Are you staking it? Are you in long-term, short-term staking? Are you yield farming? Let us know. The more information we have, the more content we can drive to you guys to show not just what you guys want, but obviously we want to show various aspects of the project, the information hopefully you find informative. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll wrap that up there. We're looking forward so much to doing the next video for you guys, XPR holders, and those that aren't holding XPR. Have a look, download that app and see what you think. I'm telling you now, you'll be so amazed by it and how easy it was to move your tokens from the exchange across. If you don't know how to do that, go and watch our staking video. We show you how to do it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.